Good morning, good morning. Another beautiful day that the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. Well, moving forward on our little scene. So, for those of you who are new, my name is Leonard Robinson, and I will be your host today, as I am every single day in a week. And we're working on a scene and doing the animation, finish color, and everything. These videos are designed to give you a front row seat to see how how you might work on your own animated film and doing the animation, color, and everything. So I'm doing it in real time so that you can see it being done. So I'm working in a program called Rough Animator, and right now I'm doing color. I'm working on a second layer here, and I'm putting a line, ink line, over the rough animation. What I've done with the animation is I um, have it on a layer where I've made an opacity for the layer to be lighter at about 31% is what it's set at right now. That's so that it's just light enough that I can trace over the line. I can see it clearly enough to know what the tracing is going to be. I'm flipping back to the previous drawing so that I can know what the colors are, so that I can keep that consistent throughout the scene. The cleanups are done on the second layer. And I'm using the previous drawing to make sure that I've got the same colors consistent throughout. There's settings with color in Rough Animator that are pretty handy. Um, you can put lines in front of or behind other lines just by flicking a setting. In the bottom left hand corner, there's a little setting that allows you to do that. You could put, you could create a model, a color model that you could have sitting in front of you, and that would work great. But when I'm doing these, a lot of times once I've set the color in the previous drawing, I just keep it. I find it works pretty well for me. And there's another thing you can do. You can actually, um, if you want, let's see here. You could copy paste your color. So in other words, like for instance, I could completely copy and paste Lenny in the next drawing without having to color anything. I could just use the color copy paste function and copy his entire body and color and everything if I wanted. The only reason that I don't do that is because I have discovered that it seems to diffuse the color a bit. It doesn't, it seems like it lessens the color. So I kind of don't want to do that. No. Here's another thing too, is like I'm wondering sometimes like with the line, if the line is the right color. So like here, for instance, if I were to, let's say, color this area here, and then I look at the line, is it the same color? Yeah, see, I can tell right there that the line doesn't look like it's the same color. Hmm. So that's a bit of a problem, like what color is that line? And this is where I have to try to remember what color did I make that line. Um, so now, for instance, I have to go back and get rid of this line to see if I can figure out what color is that line. Because I want it to be the same color as the one prior. I'm beginning to think that it's not purple, but it's maybe a dark blue. I think that might be what it is. Now, the only way I'm going to know that, I think, is I'm going to have to, I think it might be this color. So we're not going to know. Let's see. So what I could do here is I could do this. I can fill this in here. Okay. See if I'm right. It's a bit of a hassle. So let's see. We do that. That's a bad way to find out. Okay, so let's say that's the case. Then, let's see here. We go back. Now we know we want to put colors in it. So, like, let's say, for instance, the purple here. I know that's going to go here. And then the blue that's there, which blue is that? Well, it's probably this one. Let's see if it is. Yes, and that completely disappears. So it's probably not that blue. So what blue is it then? If we go back. Hmm. Well, that's a good question. Hmm. The one thing that's bad about Rough Animator is you can't tell. Hmm, you can't tell if the you can't do a color picker. There's a color picker in some way you can touch the color and you can tell whether or not it's the same color. You know, it doesn't have that function. Well, let's try then. Let's do this. Let's see. Let me see how far back I can go. So I'm going to go back and do a. All right. So now this is what I was saying I don't like to do, but I can do this. I can grab Lenny. I can go copy, paste. Usually it diminishes the color, but it seems like it didn't do that. So now the only bad thing about this is that I won't know what these some of these colors are. I'm gonna probably have to do some guessing, which I kind of don't want to have to do. But I have a feeling that there's one color. There's probably a blue color I need to use, but I'm not sure what it is. So I'm just gonna have to kind of take some chances and see what happens. All right. So anyway, go on to the next frame. Let's see. Um. All right, let's see here. Let's bring this up big so we can see it. All right, so we'll go here and do Nora. Nora's got the, yeah. All right. So I guess the old copy paste on the color when you run into a situation like that. I guess that's your best solution. It might diminish the color a little bit, but at least you're going to have consistent color from one drawing to the next, which I think I would much rather have that than not have it. So let's pretty sure this is the blue. Let's see here. Before I get too happy with that, let me fill that in and see if it feels like the right color. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's good. That's good. So this also too might be where you might, with some programs, you might want to have a palette for each character so that you know where certain colors go. That can save you a lot of problems. Okay, we know I know the block. I kind of remember what the block has to do. I know it's a gray line. Ooh, yeah. There's a setting on the bottom left that will give you a line tool, which is what I've been using to do that line. The wavy line takes you back to your hand-drawn line. Okay. Right. Okay. Save. Let's see. Um, oh, let's see. So, color is that? Is that color? Oh, wait. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's right. So this is this is the danger of not having colors labeled. Okay, let me see here. So that doesn't work. How do I get that color out of there? Yes, I got the wrong color in there. Here. That's what happens. You put the wrong color in there, and then you gotta. The only way to get it out is you gotta erase it. Little frustrations. They happen. What are you gonna do? You got no choice but to fix it the hard way. It's always the way it is. What is that color? I don't know what that color is there. I think this color. Yep. All you gotta do is make one mistake, and suddenly surgery. Oh boy, so much fun. What color was that in there? Oh yeah, it was this. Um, okay, all right. Chasing down. Um, Whatever you assign something, you're trying to keep it consistent, but all right. Okay, and then back to Lenny. Now, one way to deal with Lenny, I think, on the color is I could go back to the first frame and grab that color because it's on Lenny because it's maybe more consistent. In other words, copying a copy is maybe where it starts to diminish. So we'll go copy, paste. So copying the original would, I would guess, would give us a cleaner color. Yeah, I think that's the case. Now, does Lenny's eyes move? I'm thinking it probably is the case. Let's see, if we were to erase his eyes out here. Yeah, I think his eyes are moving a little bit, following me, Nora. Yeah, yeah, they are. are. So that's where his eyes would really be, right there. His body doesn't move, but his eyes do. Yeah, see, he's going boom, boom, boom. I don't know if the second drawing. Well, let's see. Maybe the second drawing. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like maybe there's just a slight change in the eye. It's possible. Yeah, I think it is. So if we're going ding, yeah, you can see his eyes are slowly following her. That makes sense. Well, maybe this was good, folks, so you could see mistakes and how mistakes have to be fixed, or how you can fix them. The copy paste feature is a very handy feature. So, you might as well use it if it's going to work in your favor. If you're trying to keep something consistent. So there's little things that you don't see. Let's see here. And the fact that you can put color on top or color underneath is also a good thing, because that then allows you to fix errors. Some stuff's going to be kind of minor. It just really depends on how important is it to you. You have to decide. But I would say that's a purely artistic decision, whether you feel like you need to go back over something and fix it because, you know, you're that particular. It's up to you. Okay, well, I'll leave it there. We could stop here. We're at 22 minutes. So, all right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a beautiful day. Always remember to thank God for your talents and gifts. The things that we have as artists are gifts from God, and we should be, in my opinion, very thankful for those gifts. So I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Jesus is Lord.